Hey guys, what about a Sid Topical? Nate here with Strange Wang and Miss Darby, who looked at me too early.
Stop looking at me, Swan.
And today we are continuing reacting to classic film trailers since there are not a ton of new ones out right now. And today we're reacting to 1960s Psycho.
Very humble man.
Psycho.
Good afternoon.
Good evening.
Here we have a quiet little motel, tucked away off the main highway, and as you see, perfectly harmless looking, when in fact, it has now become known as the scene of the crime. This motel also has, as an adjunct, an old house, which is, if I may say so, a little more sinister looking, less innocent than the motel itself. And in this house, the most dire, horrible events took place. I think we can go inside because the place is up for sale. Or I don't know who's going to buy it now. In that window on the second floor, the single one in front, that's where the woman was first seen. Let's go inside.
This is a movie in itself.
You see, even in daylight, this place still looks a bit sinister. Now, it was at the top of these stairs that the second murder took place. She came out of the door there and met the victim at the top. Of course, in a flash, there was the knife, and in no time, the victim tumbled and fell with a horrible crash. I think the back broke immediately and hit the floor. It's difficult to describe the way that the twisting of the I won't dwell upon it. Come upstairs. Of course, the victim, or should I say victims, hadn't any conception as to the type of people they would be confronted with in this house, especially the woman. She was the weirdest and the most... Well, let's go into her bedroom. Here's the woman's room, still beautifully preserved. And the imprint of her figure on the bed where she used to lay. I think some of her clothes are still in this wardrobe. Bathroom. This was the son's room, but we won't go in there because his favorite spot was the little parlor behind his office in the motel. Let's go down there. This young man, you had to feel sorry for him. After all, being dominated by an almost maniacal woman was enough to drive anyone to the extreme of, well, let's go in. Well, I suppose you'd call this his hideaway. His hobby, as you see, was taxidermy. Crow here, an owl there. Now, an important scene took place in this room. There was a private supper here. And, oh, by the way, this picture has great significance. because let's go along to cabin number 1. I want to show you something there.
He tore that doorknob like a coronavirus on it.
All tidied up. The bathroom. Well, they cleaned all this up now. Big difference. You should have seen the blood. The whole place was, well, it's too horrible to describe. Dreadful. And I'll tell you, there's a very important clue was found here. Down there. Well, the murderer, you see, crept in here. Very slowly, of course, the shower was on, there was no sound. And,
I thought the Rear Window one we watched a few days ago on one of these corners was bad. This is
terrible.
It was very rocky because like Hitchcock, he's such his word choices is immaculate. But him opening the door is like bathroom. Like, all right, you're a sly albino fox. I see where you're going with this. His favorite place is the downstairs. And he's like, picture significance. Like, all right, a little too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just went down from there. So it was borderline like
Yeah.
watchable, but it turned out to be garbage.
I don't think it was a terrible idea because it is very quirky and it could have been really interesting. It went on too long.
Yeah, it was way too long.
Agreed.
You know, like I figured at some point in time it was probably going to end with some kind of jump scare. Mm-hmm. But like I thought it was going to be when he opened like her wardrobe to see if her clothes were still in there. Or some shit.
me too.
And like that would have been a great place to end it. But he kept going, and I just could not imagine working for this guy. Like imagine him giving directions.
Yeah.
On the next scene, I would like you to take your finger, and with your finger, point it in this direction,
I don't
which
know.
is to the north, you see.
I would like working with him. He always believed in 9 to 5s. So like once it ended, 5 o'clock, wrap up.
He also obviously believes that you either watch his whole movie or you don't watch any of his movie because
Well-
that same thing was on.
Very important this movie.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll go back further and find something that's different, because like that was a rule for the cinemas. Like if you come in afterwards, like don't let anyone
not
in.
in.
Yeah.
And that's what I thought the show was going to be. I thought it was going to be the first 15 minutes of Psycho, and then nothing else. Because
That would have been cool.
I took film class and like, the first 15 minutes, the MacGuffin, the
Yeah.
cuts, no pun intended.
Can I ask you something?
You trying to watch Psycho later on today?
Probably not. But yeah, I thought it was just really long. Super quirky, like you said. I kind of imagined that he was like the butler in the house trying to show me around, and that made it a little more interesting. But yeah, I'm sure it was relevant at the time, but kind of boring to watch now.
That's fair.
So have you never seen Psycho?
Haven't.
I would suggest it. The trailer,
Yeah.
this two different things.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
that's cool.
the movie's a classic for a reason. It's amazingly well done. But these trailers, man, especially for the horror ones, not too great back in the day.
Yeah.
But tell us what you think down in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe.